Well, when Adriane and Tom Doherty hatched a business plan at their kitchen table in Carmel some 20 years ago, they really never dreamed that Cardinal Publishers Group would become the largest independent book distributor and publisher in the state. Not only that, Cardinal is one of the largest of its kind in the entire Midwest. Welcome, Adriane and Tom Doherty, to the show now. We appreciate you being here. Congratulations on 20 years.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah. Well, I want you to go back now, because any business that can survive 20 years is quite an accomplishment. Think back to when you started the company 20 years ago with this idea around a kitchen table. What was that process? What was it? How did it come about?
Well, basically, I wanted to stay in the book business and remain here in Indiana, and there wasn't a lot of opportunity to work with other book publishers, so we figured we'll just do it on our own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you think back on that, in the beginning, you created a book distributor. That's exclusively what you did. How did things start out at Cardinal?
Our first client actually was based right here in Indiana. It was called Wish Publishing.
Yeah.
And once we had one client, then we were able to open up accounts with the major wholesalers and retailers, and that gave us the ability to attract other clients. And now we have clients from Europe and Australia and Canada, all across North America.
You've truly become a global distributor, but over time you have also expanded into a number of other related areas, including publishing. Adriane, talk about that, because I know you've got Rubber Ducky Publishing, right? We're doing children's books that have become very popular, and you're expanding that footprint, if you will, beyond Indiana.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always wanted to do children's books, so I started a company called Rubber Ducky Press, and what I do is I do state-by-state ABC books and state-by-state Sweet Dreams books. So one's for a little bit older child, and the other one is for the one who's just learning their ABCs.
Yeah, Adriane, talk about, from a publishing standpoint, all businesses impacted by the pandemic, but just the pandemic on top of changes over time to publishing, whether it be the internet, ebooks, all those types of things. How big of a challenge is that, or does it create opportunities?
I think it's created opportunities for us because we've been able to actually take some time off to go study these locations that we write about, and it's been a little bit good with a little bit of bad. So
right.
What do you think, Tom?
Yeah.
Well, the bricks and mortar business has suffered quite a bit because many of the stores were closed for a couple of months. But electronic books have picked up some of that slack for us. We do distribution for ebooks and audiobooks as well. So those have done pretty well.
Yeah, Tom, in terms of some of the dynamics in the publishing business and the loss of the mall bookstores and those types of things and those traditional bookstores that have kind of gone away, how has that impacted the business?
Well, it used to be the mall store would collect the casual reader and the impulse buyer, whereas the superstore is more of a destination. And even online retailers, people don't browse as much as they would necessarily and pick up an impulse purchase. They go in there and they do their searches, and whatever the online retailer brings up, that's what they have to select from.
All right, going forward, you've been in business 20 years. How about that next 20 years? What will be key to continuing to grow in this environment? Tom, I'll throw that to you.
Well, one of the fastest growing aspects of book publishing is actually audiobooks, downloadable audiobooks. So we'll be looking into that. We've also started with this spring entering into the educational book market. So we've gotten some new lines that appeal to schools and school libraries, so and classroom sets. So we're looking to diversify our customer base by increasing the number of markets that we're working to penetrate.
All right, Cardinal Publishers Group celebrating 20 years. Tom and Adriane Doherty, thanks very much and congratulations on the milestone.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.